ESPN's NBA insiders have proposed a wild trade amidst the Mitchell Robinson trade rumors, and we have to talk about this. So what's up, guys? Welcome back to Knicks Digest. It's Chris here, and we're going to jump right into the video as we always do, because recently there's been a lot of rumors about Mitchell Robinson potentially getting traded off the Knicks if they decide to focus on Isaiah Hartenstein. And I could do a little song and dance, or I could just show you the trade right away, and you know we get down to business here. So let's jump right into the trade talk. Because in this proposed trade, as you can see here by ESPN's NBA insiders, they think the New York Knicks should trade Mitchell Robinson to the Memphis Grizzlies in exchange for Luke Kennard and a first-round pick. And I feel very conflicted on this deal. Now, here's the thing when you consider this. When you look at the New York Knicks, they don't need Luke Kennard. I understand their shooting could be better, but they don't need Luke Kennard because they have enough guys Luke Kennard's height, and Kennard cannot play a lick of defense. Tom Thibodeau is not going to want that on his team. Eventually, Kennard's hardly going to play at all. Alec Burks could be re-signed for a cheaper price. I do not really see the point in the New York Knicks going for Luke Kennard. Now, all of that being said at the same time, if this were to be worked out in some sort of three-team trade where the Knicks can get a draft asset and Luke Kennard, a player with plus value because he just led the league in three-point shooting, then I understand how the framework of this can work. But this would have to be if the Knicks decide, you know what, it's time to make that push for whatever star player we get, and we'll use the Grizzlies as a third team. We'll give Mitch to them so they can form the best shot-blocking duo in the NBA between Jaren Jackson Jr. and Mitchell Robinson, while Luke Kennard goes to that third team in the process when the money comes down to it. The Knicks, that second or that future first-round pick, can also go to the other team, and the Knicks can then move on with giving their own picks and potentially Bojan Bogdanovic. I don't have a star player in mind who I'm thinking of when I'm doing this trade, so I'm just imagining they're getting paid somewhere around $35 million. So Bogdanovic and, well, Kennard's contract, but him and Robinson have the same deal, can work financially. Now the Knicks have the Obi trade exception. You could add Jericho Sims. There's ways to add a little bit more money to it so they had to, or they could figure out a way to cut some costs if need be. But what I'm trying to say here is that the New York Knicks should not make this deal straight up. However, if they're making a trade for a star, some of this makes sense, especially considering that the New York Knicks are looking at potentially trading Mitchell Robinson. Now, the ESPN insiders mentioned that Mitchell Robinson's durability would be the biggest question, but Jaren Jackson can slide to the center and take that burden off of him, which makes the Grizzlies a good team to kind of go for Mitch. And as I mentioned, Mitch is someone who very well could be traded, as according to Jake Fisher, Hartenstein at this moment is now generally expected to return to New York, as the Knicks have contacted opposing teams about moving Mitchell Robinson. Now, when it comes to Hartenstein, he can start negotiating with the Knicks. Literally right now, he already has been able to because the NBA Finals are over. The season ended. The Celtics won the Finals. All that stuff. So, which we all know. The Celtics won it. Good for them. Congrats. And with that being said, you have to look at where the Knicks are now. And essentially, where they are is a situation where you have to decide, most likely, maybe you can bring both back, but most likely, you're going to have to decide between Mitchell Robinson and Isaiah Hartenstein. And what these reports from Jake Fisher seem to indicate is that the Knicks are picking Hartenstein. If they want to do that, they will have to trade Mitchell Robinson because it can free up some money for them. They could avoid being in that luxury tax first apron area, have no trade restrictions when trying to move for a star, and in the process, they could probably use Mitchell Robinson's contract in a trade for a star. That's why I don't see the point in just trading him for Luke Kennard, a shooter. They would need a big man then. What the hell are they going to do then? They're going to throw Deuce and Kennard and Josh Hart out there off their bench? Be like, yeah, Hartenstein's our one center. Or just they could finally use Big Jerry, Jericho Sims or something. Or maybe draft a center like a Zach Edey. We talked about this on the live stream the other day. On the Thursday live stream, me and one guy were breaking it down. Why Zach Edey to the Knicks could make some sense if they want to move Mitchell Robinson, as Edey could take over as the backup center option. something to consider, along with Yves Missy and Khalil Ware, maybe. Something like that they could do, but I like Khalil Ware on paper more than I like him in real life. Also mentioned on the live stream. If you guys have an hour and a half to kill, go check it out. But yeah, when we're here, I don't see the point of this. Now, I understand Kennard's a great player. I'm not trying to say Luke Kennard's a bad player. I just don't see his fit with the Knicks. Yeah, the Knicks could use more shooting, but they don't have to waste one of their tradable contracts for Luke Kennard there. I just don't think it makes sense. I think there's other shooting options the Knicks can take. And it's not like they're in a desperate need for shooting. They still have Brunson and DiVincenzo. There's a world where they bring back Alec Burks. They could add other shooting through the draft if they really need to. They have options, so I don't see why they would make this move. I just don't understand the point to it. I see why it's been brought up, but I really don't see the vision here at all. Now, Mitchell Robinson, as I said on another video that came out yesterday, that these stats do not answer what he really does. Mitch is better than these numbers. He puts up a block per game because no one challenges him at the rim. His steals have become great. He's so good at preventing people from getting the ball in the post. He hits it out really well. His timing is impeccable. He gets his hand right in there. It's great. Puts up 5 points. Most of that comes off offensive rebounds. Puts up 8 rebounds. The stats would be better, but he's been playing injured for most of last season. Hopefully he can stay healthy regardless of what team he's on. I think all Knicks fans agree that Mitchell Robinson is a beast. I mean, just look at him in that photo. He just looks like an absolute just goat, dude. He just looks like the goat there. He looks like he knows how good he is right there. He's like, oh, yeah, I can stop Embiid in that Louisiana Bayou accent. I know he's not really from Chalmette, Louisiana. He's actually from North Florida. I think he lives in Tennessee now, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm not trying to dox Mitchell Robinson here. He doesn't deserve that. He's a great dude. Now, Luke Kennard puts up 11 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, but it's the fact that he's shooting 45% from the 3. Only 39% on the corner threes, which is a little curious, if you ask me. I don't know a ton of Luke Kennard tape, if I'm being honest, guys. So maybe someone can answer that for me in the comments. Maybe the best catch-and-shoot player in the NBA. Okay, he's not. It's still Steph Curry. But, you know, he's there. He's there to shoot threes. It's why 75% of his shots are threes. A lot of the other ones are just either fast break layups or he's not creating his own shot, guys. He's not going to do that and doesn't have to because he's one of the best catch-and-shoot players in the NBA. Look, Luke Kennard is a valuable asset, and I would like to see the Knicks potentially use this as a way to have him be dangled to a team that maybe would like to take him on if the Knicks decide to make some 3-team trade that involves this deal in order for them to get a star. I think it's something the Knicks should explore. Maybe do a 4-team trade, get Luke Kennard somewhere because he belongs on a contender. The Grizzlies are usually contenders, though with Ja Morant being out and, well, the rest of the Grizzlies being the only team more injured than the Knicks last year. Obviously, they did not contend this year, but they'll be back. They'll be back. I can see why they want to make this trade. They have enough shooting. Desmond Bane is unbelievable. So it makes sense to me, but I don't really see the Knicks making this deal straight up. I just don't see the point to that because then you got to wait to trade Kennard because you can only trade him by himself for the next couple months because of the traded player rule. So, I don't know. If you want to do this in some 3-team trade where the Knicks get a star, I'm so down. Outside of that, I'm out on this one. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Like this video, subscribe to Knicks Digest, turn on post notifications, live stream for the NBA Draft, featuring both me and Dariel for the first time on the live. Coming at you. We're going to be watching the whole first round of the NBA Draft. We're going to comment on all the teams. We're probably going to try to rein it into how it affects the Knicks, but we're also just going to talk basketball because you guys watching this are just basketball fans. You're not just Knicks fans. I get it. So you want to hear it all. Guys, have a phenomenal day. Happy Saturday. Let's live this weekend up. Go Knicks.